What if I told you NASCAR just changed the rules again and fans are already calling the All-Star Race a complete joke before it even starts? Because this weekend at Dover Motor Speedway, NASCAR isn't just running an exhibition race anymore. They're running what some fans are calling a glorified science experiment. And honestly, the more people learn about these new rules, the worse the backlash gets. Because now NASCAR has introduced a format where drivers can literally go a lap down and then magically get that lap back like nothing happened. No earning it back, no fighting for the free pass, just a complete reset. And fans are asking one brutal question right now. Has the All-Star Race completely lost its identity? Let's talk about what's happening. For the first time ever, the NASCAR All-Star Race is moving to Dover Motor Speedway after 3 years at North Wilkesboro. That alone was already controversial. A lot of fans wanted North Wilkesboro to keep the event. Others think Dover deserved its lost points race back instead of this weird exhibition format. But then NASCAR started changing the rules, and things got strange, fast. The race is now 350 laps long. That's almost the same length as a real Cup Series points race at Dover. And unlike previous years, there's no All-Star Open anymore. Gone instead, every single driver starts together in one giant field. So immediately fans started wondering, what even makes this an All-Star race now? But it gets weirder. The race is split into 3 separate segments, 2 75-lap segments followed by a final 200-lap shootout. Only 26 drivers make that final segment, and NASCAR decided to flip the field after segment 1, meaning if you finish first, you start near the back in segment 2. So NASCAR is basically punishing teams for being fast, and now critics are calling the entire format artificial competition, because at Dover passing is not easy. The faster cars could get trapped behind slower traffic with almost no way to recover, and some fans believe teams could intentionally sandbag segment 1 just to get a better starting position later. But then came the rule that really sent fans over the edge. On NASCAR's Holler Talk podcast, NASCAR official Mike Ford revealed that drivers who go a lap down during a segment will reset back onto the lead lap before the next segment starts. Think about that. In a normal NASCAR race, if you lose a lap, that mistake matters. Not here, at Dover's All-Star Race. NASCAR basically says, here's a free restart. Try again. Which means every segment is basically its own mini-race, and fans online are destroying the idea because now people are asking, why even pretend this is one race? Some fans say NASCAR has turned the All-Star event into a gimmick-filled TV show instead of a serious competition. Others think the sport is trying way too hard to manufacture drama. And honestly, they may have a point, because this event barely resembles the All-Star format fans grew up loving. Back then, the race was simple. Short race, big money, aggressive driving. Winner takes all. Now we've got field inversions, lap down resets, segment eliminations, and a 350-lap format that feels almost identical to a regular Sunday race. Even inside the garage, there are questions about whether this experiment will actually work. Because Dover isn't known for chaos racing. It's known for long green flag runs and tough track position battles, which means this entire format could either create excitement or become an absolute traffic jam. Now, despite all the controversy, the driver lineup is stacked. Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Christopher Bell, Ross Chastain, Bubba Wallace, Kyle Busch, and defending winner Christopher Bell is looking to go back-to-back. Meanwhile, Noah Gragson is trying to win the fan vote for a 4th straight year. But honestly, the drivers may not even be the biggest story anymore. The format itself has completely taken over the conversation, because right now, fans aren't debating who will win the All-Star race. They're debating whether NASCAR has finally gone too far with gimmicks. Sunday at Dover could either prove NASCAR's gamble was genius, or it could become one of the most criticized All-Star races we've seen in years. Kyle Busch just got replaced, and NASCAR fans think they know why. Not suspended, not injured, not sick. So why is one of NASCAR's biggest stars suddenly out at Watkins Glen? Because according to a growing number of fans, this isn't just a schedule decision. This might be a warning sign. And honestly, the timing could not look worse for Kyle Busch. Think about where he is right now: 2 straight winless seasons, 26th in Cup points, a 1-year extension at Richard Childress Racing, and now suddenly Kyle Busch is missing a Truck Series race at one of the most important road courses in NASCAR, a track where he normally dominates. That's why NASCAR fans are going crazy over this story, because Watkins Glen is Kyle Busch territory. This is the kind of track where experience matters, aggression matters, braking skill matters, and Busch built his reputation destroying people at tracks exactly like this. So when the Truck Series entry list dropped and Kyle Busch's name wasn't on it, fans immediately started asking questions. And the deeper you look into this situation, the stranger it feels. Because last weekend at Texas, Kyle Busch looked fast. He climbed into the number 7 Spire Motorsports truck, ran near the front, nearly all race long, and finished second after fighting aggressively for the win. For the first time in a while, Kyle Busch actually looked dangerous again, which is why fans expected him to show up at Watkins Glen and dominate. Instead, Connor Mozak is taking the truck. Now, officially, there is an explanation. Kyle Busch only has 8 Truck Series races scheduled for 2026. Those races were selected before the season started, and Watkins Glen simply wasn't one of them. That's the official story, but NASCAR fans aren't fully buying it, because this isn't just any race. This is Watkins Glen, a road course where Kyle Busch absolutely could have won. And right now, people are questioning everything about Kyle Busch's future. Can he still win? Can he still compete with the elite drivers? Or are we watching the slow decline of one of NASCAR's greatest careers? That's the real reason this story exploded online, because fans don't see this as just a normal replacement. They see pressure, massive pressure. Social media has been brutal. Some fans are saying Kyle skipped the race because losing at Watkins Glen would look terrible. Others are defending him. Relax. The schedule was planned months ago, and honestly, both sides make valid points, because technically, this was pre-planned. Connor Mozak already had this race scheduled with Spire Motorsports. But emotionally, it still feels weird seeing Kyle Busch absent from a road course race like this. Especially now, because this might be one of the biggest weekends of his season. Kyle Busch heads into Sunday's Cup race, sitting 26th in points. Still winless, still searching for answers, still trying to prove he belongs near the front. And Watkins Glen could change everything. If Busch wins Sunday, the narrative completely flips, the pressure disappears, the confidence returns, and suddenly, Kyle Busch becomes a playoff storyline again. But if he struggles, then the questions get even louder. Questions about RCR, questions about his future, questions about whether this 1-year extension is actually the beginning of the end. And that's why this whole situation matters so much. Not because Kyle Busch missed a truck race, but because NASCAR fans are starting to wonder if Kyle Busch is still Kyle Busch. Meanwhile, the Truck Series field at Watkins Glen is becoming stacked with young talent. Connor Zilisch is entering, one of the most dangerous road course drivers in the lower series.